In October of 2024, I texted my wife and said, I have a crazy idea. What if we went to England over Christmas and hiked the Cotswold Way? To show how well matched we are for each other, she texted back and said, it is going to be cold, wet, and muddy, but yeah, I'm in. We flew from LA to London, and then after a brief vacation in London, took a train from the Paddington station in London to Moreton and Marsh. There, I learned my first mistake of the journey. In our other visits to the region, we had always been able to find taxis queued at train stations, but alas, early in the morning in Moreton, there were no taxis. In fact, the helpful little sign at the train station said, you should have remembered to book a taxi ahead of time. Thankfully, a guy named Will came to our rescue. He had dropped his mother-in-law off to catch the train to London, and Jody bravely asked him if he could give us a ride to Campden. He was delightful and took joy in bringing us to the start of the trail. We captured our start at the historic market in Campden and began our 102-mile journey toward Bath. The day was cold and sunny. Jody says this is where they keep all the black sheep in the family. One highlight from day one was seeing the Broadway Tower, which I think was a folly or vanity project for some wealthy person in the past. We enjoyed the views along the escarpment and had heard that we would be following along this hilly edge for much of our time on the Cotswold Way. In the village of Broadway, we enjoyed a stop with tea and pastries. It was quaint and a great reminder that we were walking during the Christmas holiday. One frequent occurrence on the Cotswold Way is to be walking in fields with farm animals. If you know Caleb from Clarkson's farm, you know we did not look the sheep in the eye. Oh, Jody. On that first day, we were introduced to Cotswold sheep and Cotswold mud. Both come in large quantities. My thought is that we were walking in fields where sheep had been grazed for years. Maybe that was what made the mud so special. After a 17-plus mile day, we arrived in the village of Winchcombe. We stayed at the White Hart Inn, which was a great little inn, enjoyed fish and chips, and celebrated our first day on the Cotswold Way.